Alright guys, what's going on? My name's John AFK, and today I wanted to bring you guys a video on how to get 3 Blundergats on Blood of the Dead in Black Ops 4. Basically, this is kind of like Noah J456's strategy. It's just critiqued a little bit, so where you could actually get 3. So shout out for, Noah for actually finding out the strategy. You can do it on custom mutations, and you could do it on a classic game. I did it on custom mutations just for the sake of the video being easy, but as you can see right now, I'm putting, different settings as power on, all doors open, all mystery boxes on, all pack-a-punches on. I'm doing like all the power-ups, stuff like that. You can give yourself as much health as you want. You can turn off all guns, so you can only basically get like wonder weapons and pistols and RPGs and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But the other good thing to note is that if you are doing it on a classic game, you have to have the RNG to actually get the Blundergat twice out of the box, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, what you're going to need for your class setup is you're going to need only one specific thing, and that's pretty much your perk, and you're going to need that to be in the tonic slot. You can take anything else you want. You can take whatever specialist you want, any starting weapon. I pretty much say you should take the Strife, but that's just my opinion. You can also take whatever grenades, you could take any elixirs, you could take any other perks. The only thing that you 100% truly need is the mule kick in your tonic slot. Now guys, when you start your game, what you're going to want to do is you have to go around the map feeding, all the 3 dogs, about 6 or 5 zombies. And the dogs, they're pretty much easy to find if you haven't played the map. There's one in the new industries building, it's like right there, right in the corner. There's another one in the cell blocks, and it's kind of like in the middle of, all the cells. And then there's one like right by outside the warden's office, right by his house. So they're pretty easy to actually find. And yeah, like I said, you just have to feed the dogs, like 5 to 6 zombies. And since I am playing a custom mutation game, I did put it on round 5 just so I'd get more zombies, so I could actually finish, this part of the strategy as quick as I could. And you just have to remember that if you are playing a custom game, you have to go through the catwalk, so you kind of really don't want to go down during that part. It is kind of, it's not too much of a hassle to go through the catwalk, but as long as you know what you're doing and you have like a specialist or even the Strife, because the Strife, especially with the multiplayer mod, is actually a pretty good gun to use while you're going through there. But yeah, another good thing to note is that you can multitask while you're running around, so you can pretty much buy your perks, you can pick up parts for the Blundergat, for the Acigat or for the shield, because if you are playing a classic game, you are going to need the shield. Luckily for me, I didn't really need the shield because I was playing custom mutations, so all the pack-a-punches were on, but I basically just wanted to build it anyways, just because the shield's actually pretty good to have. And also, it might be pretty hard for you to actually afford all your perks and stuff on the early rounds in a classic game. That's why I also loaded up a custom mutations, just because I could get the points straight away and just buy all of my perks that I needed and buy everything else. Alright, now that you fed all of the dogs that you needed, you can go and you pick up your house retriever, and that's in the fast travel location, and the warden's house that's going to the showers. And what you also want to do for this next part is you want to go around and you want to get pretty much all your perks and all the parts that you're missing for the shield or the Acigat. And you also want to get the blue skulls. You can get them in pretty much any order, but the one that you don't want to get is you don't want to get the one at the warden's office. You want to save that for one of the last steps of this strategy. And pretty much what I do in the video is I go through spawn, I get the one at spawn, I move my way through the catwalk, go to the cell blocks, and then one in the cell blocks, and then I go up to the roof and get the skull on the roof, and and then I go and I get the skull that's at the box. And then once you're done doing that, you're pretty much ready for the next step. Now, once you've collected all of the skulls that you needed to collect, remember saving the last one at the Wardens for the final step. What you want to do is you want to go to wherever the box is, hit the box, and try to get your Blundergat out. But you want to make sure you pick up the Blundergat and put it inside of your mule kick slot. So you want to make sure that, that's set up, that's in your mule kick slot. And like I said, you want to make sure you have all your perks at this point, just because, your tonic will be activated. And so what you do with that Blundergat, once you get it in your mule kick slot, is you have to go and you have to Pack-a-Punch it. And you can also put it in the Blundergat or in the Acid Gat trap or Acid Gat kit if you want. You can make it the Acid Gat. If not, that's okay. You can do it to one of the other Blundergats that you actually upgrade. But yeah, once you get that and you have all your perks, you basically just want to down yourself, and if you have, Die and Wish, make sure you down all the way, and you want to make sure you lose your Mule Kick perk, and once you're done doing that, you're ready for the next step. Now, the next step requires you to get the Blundergat out of the mystery box a second time, and this part is actually kind of difficult just because of the RNG, but like I said, I was playing custom mutations, so that's basically how I easily got it out of the box a second time on, my first few hits. And once you get that Blundergat, what you want to do is you want to go and you want to Pack-a-Punch that Blundergat, and you want to go back to the Warden's house and put it inside of the Warden's fireplace so you can upgrade for the Magma Gat. Just to make sure you guys are on the same page as I am, what you've done already is you've fed all the dogs, you've got your Hell's Redeemer, you've bought all your perks and got your first Blundergat in the Mule Kick, and you pretty much put the other Blundergat that you got from the box inside of the Warden's house. And yeah, so that's pretty much all you really have to do at this point. So what you have to do is you have to go back to the Warden's house again, right when you put in your Blundergat, and there's going to be some kind of force field that you cannot leave. One good thing to note is that when you do actually collect enough souls, and the only way you collect souls is if you kill the zombies and you kind of, walk by their spiritual essence type stuff, and it'll basically collect. And you can't leave at all during this whole process, but you'll know once you're done because you'll actually hear a little Easter egg activation noise, and that pretty much signifies that the Blundergat is actually ready to be transported, and you're ready to actually build the Magma Gat. And you actually don't want to do that yet. What you want to do is you can see that you can hold square on it, but you really don't want to do that yet. You want to go and you want to get the free Blundergat, which is basically throwing the tomahawk and getting the last skull that's by the Warden's office, which is pretty much where you're at. And then what you want to do is you want to pick up the Blundergat. Once you picked up the free Blundergat off the Warden's desk, depending on whether you've already made the Acid Gat, you have to go and you have to upgrade your Blundergat. And like I said, if you put the Mule Kick weapon as the Acid Gat, you don't need to turn this weapon into the Acid Gat. But if you didn't turn it into the Acid Gat and you were just like me and kept it as a regular Blundergat, what you have to do is you have to go and you have to make it into the Acid Gat. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do during this. I go and I craft the Acid Gat builder or the Acid Gat kit, and I put the upgraded Blundergat inside and I make it the Acid Gat. Pretty much the last thing you need to do is you have to go back to the Warden's house now that you have your Acid Gat or your Blundergat, whichever one you have, and you have to go and basically swap out your whatever gun that isn't your Blundergat that you have now out for the Blundergat that is inside of the fireplace, and you basically have to transport that to the new industries building so that you can turn it into the magma gun. And once you do that, you actually put it inside of the thing, you can pretty much see that you still have your second Blundergat with you. And once you actually pick up your Magmagat out when it's done, there's going to be a warden that spawns, but you're pretty much going to have, you know, your 2 Blundergats. Now this is pretty much the final step of this whole strategy. Since you have the 2 Blundergats, what you can do is, if you did what I told you guys to do in the beginning of the video and put whatever Blundergat that you don't have as the mule kick weapon and you went down, what you can do is you can go around the map, buy all your perks again, make sure you buy mule kick last, and once you're done actually doing that, it'll, you know, you can swap all your weapons and you'll see that you actually have 3 Blundergats, which is actually really cool. But yeah, it's still a pretty good strategy, especially because, you know, you're doing it for 3 Blundergats, and that's pretty much the sickest part of this whole strategy type thing. And I don't know if Treyarch is actually going to patch this. It would be overpowered if you could go basically do that one method that everyone actually does and puts in like the Magmagat inside of the acid kit to like get max ammo and stuff. But for some reason it won't let you do that because you already have a regular Blundergat, and it basically tricks the game to think that you're actually upgrading that one. So if you put that inside of the Magmagat or Acigat kit, then it'll basically just give you ammo for one of the guns and you'll lose your 3rd Blundergat, which is actually, you know, it's not that cool. I think it's just better to keep your 3 Blundergats because you can't get, you know, 3 acid gats or anything like that. But yeah. But anyways guys, if this video did help you or you did enjoy it, you can drop a like. You can also subscribe for, you know, all my future zombies content. I might be doing other content, you know, more in the future, but who knows. Black Ops 4 I feel like is a really fun game, and some people don't enjoy it as much as others. I feel like it's pretty fun. I feel like they had better, I guess, release maps than some of the previous, you know, zombies games like Black Ops 3 and stuff. But it's just because, you know, most of the nostalgia from Blood of the Dead and Classified and this new storyline with the Chaos Crew, it's just really cool. But yeah guys, I also did another video where you could get 2 ray guns on Blood of the Dead. I'll have that link down in the description if you actually want to see that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.